Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. As you can see, today we're going to be working on a shadow box, and this one's very simple. It just has a bunch of flowers inside, and I just put the names and dates of some friends of mine that are getting married. I left the area here open so they can put a picture or whatever they want in there, and I'll show you guys how I made this. So let's get started. And here I'm on Cricut Design Space, and as you can see, I already have an idea of what it's going to look like. I'm going to use a black shadow box, so this is the frame, and then in the inside it's going to be the names and their date. These white circles represent the roses, so that's going to tell me how many roses I'm going to need. And I feel like this is very self-explanatory. All I did was just add shapes and letters. This square right here is 10 by 8. It represents the size of my shadow box. These circles are 1.5 inches in diameter, and they represent the flowers, so I just kind of set it like this. And then this is just to see what the frame's going to look like on top, since I'm using a black shadow box. And here are where all the shapes are. You can use all of these for free, and then down here is if you have the subscription. I don't have the subscription, so just circles and squares are my best friends. Next, to make the letters, I just basically, picked out a cute font and then just wrote it out. Here in text, you can write anything you want. And if you're curious to know, this font is called Beautiful Secret. I also got it from defont.com for free. So once you type out everything that you want, then you can just basically, hover it over and see what it's going to look like. I wanted to leave a space in the middle because I want them to be able to put like their wedding picture here or something. I think that'd be really cute, or, they could put anything they want. And I'm not going to use that. So then once you're ready, you don't need to print out the background because that's just kind of a reference for us. But all you have to cut is the names and the numbers. So this I'm just going to flatten again. And that way it's just kind of like a picture, but we're not going to use it. That's just for reference. To make the roses, this is the SVG I use, and I have it in a size 5.514. That's just to make it as big as possible to fit my page. That's, normal letter size. So that way I can get 2 roses per page. And if you don't have this SVG, I'll provide it for free on my Facebook page. So go check it out and download it if you want. But now we're ready to print. Like I said, we're just going to hide this. And I'm going to be printing 2 roses. And I'm going to change the color just so these don't get mixed up in there. But I will be printing it out in black. Okay, next we're going to go on to make it. Okay, and this right here, I am going to cut in black, but I have it in gray just because I want them in different sheets. But this, I'll just be using vinyl and cutting it out. For this one right here, I'm going to be using letter size pages. And even though it splits it into 2 different mats, you can just go into the 3rd mat, move it to the 2nd mat, and now that you're in the 2nd mat, you can move it here and see that they're both there. And I like to just like spin it a bit just to give more space in the middle here. But now if you load your paper, this is what it's gonna cut, and you can get 2 roses. And now you just hit continue. So here I am on my first mat, and it wants me to cut out the black pieces first. Since I'm doing vinyl, I'm just going to select vinyl here. Once we have printed out our letters, now we can move on to our flowers. And of course, we just have to change the material. This is going to be a 80 cardstock for me. And I like to just use more pressure to make sure it gets a good cut. And now I just load my mat. And now this is to cut my flowers. And so this is what it looks like. You can see it has cut everything here. And it's that easy to remove. So I like to just bend my mat, but don't bend it too much so you don't break it. And I like to just like lift on the sides here. And then you have your flowers. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut a bunch of more flowers. You'll eventually just have like a giant stack. And here I have, I think this is called a power drill. I'm not sure. It says hammer drill driver. I don't know. I found it in my boyfriend's stuff, but I feel like this makes making your flowers so much easier. If you don't have that, you can also use like some pointy tweezers, but I really recommend using one of these. So all I'm gonna do is just take a basic bobby pin, and right inside the hole here, I'm just gonna like put it in there. And eventually it like holds it, so it's just there. And once you have this, you're ready to use it. Use the bobby pin to like hold it, and then I like to like press it a little bit to make sure that it's like holding it well. And then I just place my fingers here And make sure you turn this really slow, like practice before, because I have like just pressed it and it goes all crazy. Make sure that you're pressing it really gently and go very slow. And it starts to get a little funky at the end, but that's okay. You really just need this. So I just kind of continue with my fingers. And then this is the back of it, so I just fold it back like that. Okay. Now I like kind of let it relax a bit. And then I push it out. And once you have your flower, you kind of just need to let it relax a little bit. But not too much, because you don't want it to like unravel. But like this, it still looks pretty, but it's too tight. So like I just let it relax. And see, I just let it open once and now it's a lot better, in my opinion. And lift that tab there. And then we're just going to be putting glue all over the inside here. And for that, just hot glue. And push it down. And now you have your first flower. If you don't have a power drill, like I said, you can use a tweezer. You just have to do basically the same thing, but you know, manually. So I start just one edge and then I just start turning. Okay, and I'm just gonna relax this a little bit and get the tweezer out. And that tab right there, fold it back. And I have my rose, but we're just gonna let it relax a little bit again. And now we turn it over, add our glue. Don't glue them to your finger. Be careful, it does get really hot. I'm kind of used to all this already, so I don't even feel anything anymore. But yeah, be very careful, this is hot glue. But here we are, this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to keep making my flowers using the power drill. I showed you guys how to use the tweezer as well. And then once I'm done, I'll be right back. So here I have finished all my roses, and I have about 30 of them, I believe. Also, I did use my tweezer here, and I went petal by petal, just, you know, kind of flipping them out, just so it looks like a better rose. And this is the shadow box I'll be using. I got this from Michael's. I usually wait for when they're on sale because it's usually buy one, get one free, so it's a really good deal. And I'm just going to remove the back here and the insert piece. And I did cut out an 8x10 piece of paper that I'm going to glue the flowers to. And this is the insert that goes into the shadow box, so I like to just place it on top of my paper. That way I know that this space is what's going to have the flowers. And then we're just going to use normal hot glue and then just go all the way around and glue them down. So here I have all my flowers and they have been glued onto the paper. You can see this fits in perfectly and it's all attached now. And here is the top of my shadow box. And I did grab some alcohol just to wipe the top here and make sure that everything is nice and clean. And I'm just going to close it for now. Okay, so here I basically just took out the insides of all my letters and numbers. It just makes it a lot easier to just have it like this, especially because the letters are super, super thin. And lastly, just the letters. And here I'm just going to remove the back of it and I'm going to leave everything else on it. And now that the back is removed, I can put it right on top of my shadow box. And this is going to go like right about here. here we go. This is what the final product looks like. You can see the letters are all there and their date. And as you guys remember, I left this area blank so they can put a picture or whatever they want in there. Sometimes you guys ask me where you can buy everything. Please always make sure you check down below in the description box because I always try to link everything for you guys. Everything that I use is usually there, and if it's not, please let me know. I will tell you where I get everything. So if you guys liked this video and found it helpful, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And please also head over to my Instagram and my TikTok for a lot more pictures and videos of my work. And thank you so much for watching.